students were finding problem in solving the questions related to time. So I have made a rule, and that rule is applicable for 24-hour clock. Okay. So I will tell you the rule as well. And time questions come in P1. They are of almost 2 to 3 mark question. Okay. Maximum marks will be 3. Okay, the rule is that either you are going to add something in minutes or hours or day, or you are going to subtract from minutes, hours, or day. Okay, there is no multiplication and division in time. Okay, addition, you are going to add minutes or hours in hours or in days. All right, and same way you will be subtracting things from minutes, hours, and days. Subtract hours or days. There is one more thing which you are going to do. You are like, if your time is from AM to PM, like you want to move from AM to PM or from PM to AM, then what are you going to do? You are going to add 12 or subtract 12. Okay. For AM and PM, that is only applicable for AM and PM. From AM to PM or from PM to AM, we will either add 12 or subtract 12. Either add 12 or subtract 12. Okay, these are the two things which we will be doing. Okay, let's talk about the addition rule first. So what are we going to do in addition? As we can see that there is an example for that. Suppose that there's a different addition of minutes. First, we are going to do addition of minutes. Then we will be discussing addition of hours. Okay, these are the two things which we are going to discuss. So in case of addition of minutes, we are going to do additions. So in addition, simply we are going to add them up. Okay, by adding them up, I'm going to see that 5 plus 2 is 7 and 4 and 1, 5. Then 5 and 3 is going to be 8. Okay, so here, if you will be looking at this question, you are not going to see anything like anything unusual, anything abnormal. Okay, everything is fine over here. But whenever I'm going to do this question, you will be seeing something different. Okay, so see, by adding them up, 4 and 3 is going to be 7. Now 6 and 5 is 11. Okay, look now. You see that this number 70 is way higher than our number, which usually used to be 60, because we know that our minutes cannot exceed from 60. When they cannot exceed from 60, then we have to do something. Okay, according to rule. Now we will apply a rule over here. According to rule, I will subtract 60 from here, from the minutes, and I will add 1 in the hour section. As you know that this one is hours, and after this column it shows minutes. Same way in the above question, we also have done this. Okay, like either it is mentioned over here minutes, but that is the section of minutes. Okay, it doesn't say that this is minutes. Actually, it says this one is hours, after colon it is minutes. Understood? Now look, if I want to move like that, then what do I have to do? I have to subtract. Whenever my minutes are going to exceed from 60, I will subtract 60 from it, from the minute section, and I will add 1 in the hour section. Okay, so you can see that my answer will be 0 and 7 minus 6 is 1. Same way, 11 plus 2, 1 is 12. 11 plus 1 is 12. Then that will be my time. Okay, so you can see that whenever our minutes will be exceeding from 60, we are going to do this until, like, if we will be solving some questions, and you will be able to see that we have to subtract this multiple times, like more than one time. And why do we have to do that? We have to do until our hours, like minutes are, until our minute section is less than 60. In fact, if it will be add 60, then still we need to subtract 60 from it and add 1 in the R section, okay? Because we know that 60, like 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, okay? That's why we need to subtract 60 from the minute section. Our minutes should be less than 60. They should not be equal to 60 or they should not be greater than 60, okay? Now, let's move to next rule. Our next rule says that if the total value, okay, if the 4, okay, then we will subtract 1 day in the days. Okay, let's do it. What is meant by that? Look, first I'm going to solve this. This one is my R section and it is my minute section. I'm going to add them up. By adding them up, you can see that it will be 5, 5 and 2, 7. So here you are going to see many things which are not normal, okay? Now let's add them up. 5 and 1, 6, 2 and 1, 3, okay? And time was Friday. So what do we do? I told you before that first we need to balance our minute section, okay? To balance minute section, I will subtract 60 from the minutes and I will add 1 in the hour section, okay? By doing that, you will be able to see my answer will be 5 and 1, 15, and this will become 37. Now you can see that my hours are greater than 24 because my hours are 27, which is also not possible because our one day is having maximum 24 hours. It cannot exceed from 24 hours. Okay, so what are we going to do? We will be adding 24, we will be subtracting 24 from it. We will subtract 24 from it and we will add 1 day in it. 1 day will be added in it. By subtracting 24, we are going to add 1 day in our day. Then you will see that we are having 37 minus 3. 37 minus 24 is going to be 37 minus 24 is 30. Okay. And it will be 15. And here day has been shifted. So day will be Friday. After Friday, it comes as Saturday. So day will be Saturday over here. I hope you have understood this one. Many questions are going to come related to these rules and you will be able to understand. Look now. For this case, when we are going to subtract, okay? When we are going to subtract, suppose that this one is hours and this one is minutes. Now we need to subtract. Let's subtract them. It's very common, like 5 minus 0 is 5 and 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. There is nothing illogical over here. Okay, everything is very normal. Now let's do that. Okay, from here you can see that 5, you are by subtracting this, you cannot do it. Like 0, 5 and 45. This number is bigger than this number. So what are we going to do? This was our section and this was minute section. Whenever this kind of question is going to come, we are going to add 60 in minutes. 60 will be added in minutes and minus 1 will be subtracted from the R section, okay? And whenever you are going to do that, you have to rewrite the statement, okay? We will be rewriting it. So adding 60 in 5, it will be 65. And subtracting 1 from the 7, it will be 6. I'm rewriting it, okay? Whenever this kind of question are going to come, you have to rewrite the statement, okay? Then you will be solving it. In this way, you will not be confused and your answer will be quite accurate. Now let's subtract. By subtracting them, I'm going to have 0 and 2. 6 minus 3 is 3. Now that is your answer. That is what I told you to do. Okay, let me explain it again. Whenever your number, this number, is smaller than this number, then you have to add 1 from the, you have to borrow 1. Like we are borrowing basically, okay? But how do we have to borrow? We are borrowing by taking, like, there is a barrier line. And from that barrier line, you are shifting your values, okay? Because in normal calculation, we carry like, or we borrow 1. But in time, in the case of time, we are going to borrow only 60. If it is a minute section, then we will be carrying, like borrowing 60, okay? And if it is art section, we are going to add 1 or subtract 1 or 24 or 12. We will be doing these kind of questions later. So whenever we are going to take borrow for minutes, we are taking 60 as a borrowing part. Okay. And 60 will be added in this. You will rewrite the statement and 7 will be subtracted, like 1 will be subtracted from 7. Then you will be rewriting this as well. Okay. Now after subtraction, you can see that you will be getting your answer. All right, now let's follow this one. Okay, in the case of that, if upper value of R is smaller, we will add 24 in hours and subtract 1 day from the days, like we have done over here. If total value of R is greater than 24, then we will subtract. When total value was greater than 36, greater than 24, then we have subtracted 24 and added 1 in the day. But here, if upper value, look, here you can see that the upper value is smaller. Like you are doing the case of subtraction, okay? When you are doing the case of subtraction, you can see that you cannot subtract 5 from 1. 5 from 1 is not possible, okay? And even you can see here that upper value is 35 and lower value is 50. You cannot subtract 50 from 35. We have to balance many things, okay? So what are these? First, I'm going to write here hours. This is hour section and this one is minute section. I told you before, if you are going to borrow for minutes, you have to borrow 60. 60 will be added in minute section and 1 will be subtracted from the hour section. Okay, whenever you are going to do that, we are going to rewrite this statement. So 60 plus 35, 60 plus 35 will be 95 and 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. Then over here it will be 50 and it will be 5. Okay, now there is one more anomaly. You cannot subtract 5 from 0. So what are you going to do? You are going to add 24 in the R section and you will be subtracting 1 day from this day. Okay, like from Wednesday minus 1 day and you will be getting Tuesday. Your day will shift to Tuesday. Okay, so now we are going to subtract now because we have completed our values. Let's add them up and rewrite the statement again. By adding them and rewriting it again, I will be writing it as, then I'm going to write 50 and 5. At this step, I will be doing my calculation. Okay, I have to rewrite it so that there is no ambiguity. And here it is Tuesday. Here the day will be Tuesday, which I have mentioned over there. Okay, now let's subtract. 95 minus 50 will be 45. And 24 minus 5 is 19. Now that seemed quite logical. Your minutes are less than 60 and your hours are less than 24. Okay. And here day is Tuesday. I hope you have cleared your concept till here. Now let's apply these rules on questions. A TV program shows that a film begins at 21:55. The film lasts for 100 minutes. At what time will it end? Okay. I told you before that we are going to write 21:55. I can write column just for your sake so that it should not be misunderstood. It says that it's going to be 100 minutes, okay? Because we know that this is our hour section and this one is our minute section. So add them up. By adding them up, I can see it is 155 and this will be 21. But now you can see that my minutes cannot exceed from 60. So what will I be doing? I will be subtracting 60 from it and I will be adding 1 in the R section. Then you can see I will be having 155 minus 60 will be 95. 95 and it will R section will become 22. Now you can see that still it is greater than 60. So I told you before that we will subtract a minute section until we are going to get our minutes less than 60. Okay. Again, I will subtract 60 from it and I will be adding 1 in the R section. Then you can see that my answer will be 95 minus 60. It will be 35. And R section will be 23. Now that seems quite fine. Minute section is less than 60 and R section is less than 24 as well. Okay, so that is my answer. 23:35 It will end at 23:35. Okay, let's do the next part. Next part says that the time taken. All right, let me make some space for my B part. That was A part. Now B part says that the time taken by an athlete to run the races were 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Okay, we are going to add them up. 3 minutes, 59.1 seconds. Same way, 4 minutes, 3.8 seconds. Same way, 4 minutes, 1.6 seconds. This is my minute section, and this is my second section. Okay, let's add them up. By adding them up, you can see that I will be getting 59.1 plus 1.6 plus 3.8. It is 64.5. I got 60. It is 64.5 and it is 11. You can see that my minutes, my second section, you know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay. So this is greater than, my seconds should not be exceeding from 60. Okay. This is more like greater than 60. So what will I be doing? I will subtract 60 from it and I will be adding 1 in the minute section. This is second section. I will be subtracting 60 from this second section and I will be adding 1 in the minute section. Like we have to do from hours and minutes, because difference from hour and minute is 60. Same way, difference in minutes and second is 60. Okay. So after doing that, I will be getting my answer as 6. It will be 4.5 and 12. That is my addition because I have adding them up all. Okay. There is one more thing. It says that calculate the mean time. Mean time. What is meant by mean time? Mean time means total time divided by number of times. Okay. Like how many sections are present over here. So we are going to calculate mean time. Mean time is equal to sum of time over total time. Like number of times. How many times it has been appeared? Number of times it has been appeared. Okay. So total, this is T. So total time, we have added them up. It is 12 minutes and 4.5 seconds. Let's divide it over number of times. 1, 2, 3. Number of times are 3. Okay. Okay. There are 2 rules to solve that. Either I'm going to divide it separately. Okay. Like I'm going to split their denominator. 12 by 3 minutes and 4.5 by 3 seconds. That will be easier for you. Okay, we can do like that. 3 fourths are 12, 4 minutes. And 4.5 by 3 is going to be 1.5 seconds. Okay, so it's going to be 4 minutes and 1.5 seconds. The time difference between Brunei and London is 7 hours. So when it is 19:00 in Brunei, it will be 12:00 in London. Okay, this shows that Brunei is ahead of London. Okay, so if there is Brunei is 7 hours ahead of London. If I want to calculate the time of London, I need to subtract 7 hours from it. Is it clear? Because it is ahead, Brunei is ahead of London, 7 hours ahead of London. So simply I'm going to subtract it. Okay, this is my R section, R, and this will be my minute section. And you can see that if it is 3:30, I need to subtract 7 hours from it. Now you can see very clearly that my 7, like the denominator, my 7 hours, like second value, this value is greater and this value is smaller. Okay. So what will I be doing? I need to add 24 in it. When I will be adding 24 in it, I told you a rule. Whenever above value, like this rule, whenever above value, upper value is smaller of R is smaller, then we will be subtracting 1 day from the days. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do here. Look now, I'm going to suppose that if my this time was Monday, it was on Monday, I have to add 24 in it. When I will be adding 24 in it, I told you before, we are going to rewrite this statement. 24 plus 3 is going to be 27 and this will be 700. When I will be adding 24 hour in the hour section, I will be subtracting one day from the day before. Suppose it was Monday, then before Monday it will be Sunday. Okay, so that day will be Sunday now, and my answer will be 30 and it will be 20. So that will be the time. What time is it in London? It will be 20:30 of Sunday. Okay. Here right now he didn't ask you to mention day, but he wants you to mention the time. Okay. Let's do the next part. An aircraft leaves Brunei at 6:30 local time. All right. This is B part. 6:30 local time, and it arrives Dubai at 10 p.m. The flight took 7.5 hours. What is the time difference between Dubai and Brunei? Okay. All right. We know that we know only the time of flight. Okay. And we know that the arrival time as well. Okay. Let's figure it out now. Okay. I will tell you a general equation and which is going to fit in every single situation. Okay. Every scenario, it's going to fit in every scenario. Departure plus journey, it is equal to arrival. Okay. We need to calculate the time difference of these two. So let's figure out the answer for that. Look now. 6:30. An aircraft leaves Brunei at 6:30 p.m. local time. Okay. It arrives Dubai at 10 p.m. It means that arrival is 10 p.m. and journey is the time taken by the flight. So 7 hours and 30 minutes. Well, 7.5 hours means 7 hours 30 minutes. The flight has taken 7 hours 30 minutes. So I'm going to calculate the departure time. How will I calculate the departure time? I'm going to subtract them. Okay. It will be 10, 00 and 7:30. Now you can see that this is my hour section and this is my minute section. So whenever you can see that if I want to subtract, because I need to subtract them, if I want to subtract them, I need to borrow something. Whenever I will be borrow, I have to borrow 60 only. I can borrow 60 only, neither less than 60 nor greater than 60. To borrow 60 from here, I have to subtract 1 from the hour section as well, as I told you in the previous example. Okay, so we will be rewriting the statement again because whenever we are going to add or subtract anything, we have to rewrite the statement. It will be 60 and this will be 9 and it will be 7 and 30. Now we are going to subtract them. After subtraction, I'm getting 30 and 9 minus 7 is 2. So that is 2 hours, 30 is my departure time. Okay, 2:30 is my departure time. Now I need to figure out the difference, time difference. Okay, suppose that 2:30 was my departure time. Okay, now it says that calculate the time difference between Dubai and Brunei. Between Dubai and Brunei, you need to calculate the time difference. So what are we going to do? You have to subtract their time. The departure time of Brunei was 6:30 p.m. Okay, and it was having 2:30. This is the departure time of Dubai. Dubai is having departure time 2:30. Let's subtract them. So after subtraction, time difference will be 6:30 and 2:30 minus it is going to be 6 minus 2 is 4. So the time difference between these two is 4 hours. Okay. Time difference between Brunei and Dubai is of 4 hours. I hope you have cleared your concepts till here. All right, let's move to next question. 5 clocks at a hotel reception desk show the local time in 5 different cities at the same moment. All right. Rosita has breakfast at 8:00 in Moscow. What is the local time in Sydney? Okay, let's see the time difference between Moscow and Sydney. That is for Moscow and that is for Sydney. So let's see the time difference. Time difference in 16:38 minus 10:38. This is hour, this is minute. And after subtraction, we are going to get 0, 0, and 6. There is a time difference of 6 hours. It means that Moscow is behind 6 hours than Sydney. Okay, Sydney is 6 hours ahead of Moscow. If the time is of 8 hours, 8 o'clock in Moscow, then I will be adding 6 in it. Okay, so we need to calculate time in Sydney, na? So we are going to calculate time in Sydney will be time in Sydney 8:00, and we will be adding 6 in it because Sydney is 6 hours ahead of Moscow. So I will be adding 6 in the Moscow's time. By adding that, it will be 14. So the time at Moscow, when time at Moscow is 8 o'clock, then the time at Sydney will be 14:00. Okay, now let's do the next person. Elias catches a plane in London and flies to New York. He leaves London at 11:30 local time. The flight time is 8 hours 10 minutes. What is the local time in New York? Okay. Elias is moving from London to New York. Let's see what is the time in London to New York. All right. London, that is the London's time, and that is the New York's time. Okay, let's subtract that. First, let's see their time difference. Time difference is 2:38 and it is 7:38. All right. You can see that there is a time difference. You have seen from here the time difference between these two. So what will be the time difference in these two? Simply we are going to add them up. Sorry, we are going to subtract them. This is my hour section. This is my minute section. 0, 0. Okay, look now. It is 2, which is smaller than 7. So what am I going to do? If I will be adding 24 in it, I need to subtract a day from it. Suppose that it was Monday here. Okay. Now I need to subtract 1 day from it, minus 1 day. It will be, now let's rewrite the statement, because whenever we are going to do anything, we need to rewrite the statement. Okay. We are going to add and subtract. So I need to rewrite the statement. It will be 26. And here the day will be Sunday. Monday minus 1 day will be Sunday. The day will be Sunday. Now I will subtract this from here as well. And it will be 26 minus 7 is 19. Okay, 19 hour is the time difference between them. Okay. Now it says that he leaves London at 11:30. You can see from here New York is ahead of 19 hours from London. All right. Now it says that the flight Elias leaves London at 11:30 local time. 11:30 local time. The flight takes, okay. So he says that when will he be reaching over there? Okay. Let's figure out the arrival departure time of, let's write the equation first. Departure plus journey is equal to arrival time. Okay. I know one thing. I know the London's time and I know the time difference between them. So what will I be doing? I will be adding them up. Okay. First, I will be adding 11:30 and 19. By adding them up, I will be figuring out my time of New York, departure time of New York, okay? Because I need to calculate the arrival time of New York and I know the journey time, which is 8 hours and 10 minutes. I don't know neither arrival time, but I can calculate departure time by looking at the departure time of London, okay? So I can figure out the departure time of New York. I'm considering that if my flight is leaving at 11:30 from London, then by adding 19 hours in it, I can get my departure time according to New York's local time. Okay, so let's add them up over here. 11 and it will be 11:30. Okay, so it's going to be now, just give me a moment. Look, let's add them up and it will be 30 because this is all Sunday. I have calculated this time for Sunday, like it is, we have subtracted one day. We are talking about Sunday now. So 19 and 1, it will be 0, 1, it's 30. Look now, it is 30, which shows that our hours cannot exceed from 24. So I will be subtracting 24 from our section and I will be adding 1 in the day. As I told you before, whatever we are going to do, if we are subtracting from hours, then we have to add 1 in the day. If we are adding in the hour, then we have to subtract 1 in the day. Okay. So you can see that after calculation, I will be getting 6:30. So 6:30 of, and by adding 1 in the day, it's going to be Monday again. Now that is for New York. New York departure, NY departure, NYC departure. Before that, we have calculated the time difference of these. That was the time difference for these two, like times, okay, for the two cities. And now we have calculated the departure time of Monday. So it will be reaching like the same day. Here they have not mentioned days, but we are assuming because we have followed a rule. And according to rule, we have to add in one day or subtract from them. All right, so our departure time will be 6:30. Okay, now I need to calculate my arrival time. To calculate my arrival time, I'm simply going to add them up. By adding them up, I will be doing like 8, 10, and 6:30. It is 40 and 40. So 14:40 is my arrival time. Local time in New York. New York arrival time. By adding them up, I'm simply going to write here my minutes and seconds. So from A to B, it is 4 minutes and 0 seconds. Then it is 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's raise it. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Then it is 75 minutes, 75 seconds, and minutes are 0. 75 seconds. Then it is from D to E, it is 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Let's add them up. By adding them up, it is going to be 35 plus 75 plus 30. It is 140. 140 seconds, and minutes will be 4 and 1, 5, 6, 7. You can see that I told you before, our seconds, they cannot exceed from 60 because difference between seconds and minute is of difference between second and this is of 60. Okay, our second 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So our minutes cannot exceed from 60 in case of hours, and our second cannot exceed from 60 in case of seconds. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 60 from second, and I will be adding 1 in the minute section. Then after subtraction, you will be able to see that I got 80 over here, and this will be 8. Again, my 80, which is second section, is greater than 60. So again, I will be subtracting 60 from the second section, and I will be adding 1 in the minute section. So after subtraction, I will be getting 20, and it will be 9. Now you can see that 20, which is less than 60. So it is quite normal. And second is also less than 6, minute section is also less than 60, which is also normal. So I can write here as my total time, because it mentioned here the total time for the journey from A to E is 9 hours and 20 seconds. That is the total time. Okay, it says that the mean time taken between the stops. Now we need to calculate the mean time. To calculate mean time, we have done this kind of mean value in this question as well. Okay, so there was two ways to solve it. I have used one method over here, and I will be using alternative in the recent question. Okay, so that you can find the difference in these two questions, because you can use any of the method to calculate mean. Okay, there is not a big deal between that, but it is your choice in which you are comfortable. You can choose that method in which you are very comfortable. Okay, I'm going to use a different method than over here so that you can have a good grip on both two methods. Okay, this method is fine as well, and the method which I'm going to do right here, right now over here, it will be fine as well. Okay, so let's do it. Or in fact, if you want me to do the both methods over here, I will be let you know. All right, so alternative method, according to the different method, how can I solve it? It says that it is 9 minutes and 20 seconds. 9 minutes and 20 seconds plus 20 seconds. So let's convert this 20 seconds into minutes. So I will be dividing it with 60, then it will be converting it into minutes. You can see that 20 by 60 is 0.333. 0.3333 minutes. And 9 minutes, let's add them up. It's going to be 9.33 minutes. Okay. Now it says that mean time. Mean time says that sum of the time divided by total number of times. Okay. So I have done this sum of time. I have used this sum of time. Now number of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. Okay. I need to divide 4 over it. Divided by 4. And it is 9 plus 0.3333 divided by 4, which is 2.3333. You can see that if now this is in minutes, but our answer should be in minutes and second as well. So what will I be doing? I have to separate them. It will be 2 minutes plus 0.3333 minutes. Same way as I have convert from minutes to second, now I will convert minute into second. So how can I convert minute into second? I need to multiply with 60. The portion which is in decimal part, I have to multiply it with 60. So 23 times 60 minutes, 60 seconds. That will be converted. So it will become 2 minutes and 60 times 0.333 is the same, having the same answer as this one, which is 20 seconds. So it will be 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That will be our answer. I hope you have cleared your concepts. All right, now it says that the range of the time taken between the stops. What is meant by the range? Range means that from higher minus lower. Okay, the maximum time which they have taken minus lowest time. Okay, so to do that, we need to convert them into minutes, or either to convert them into minutes or to convert them into seconds. Okay, you have two choices. Let's see that. You can see 4 minutes, 1.5 minute, and 75 seconds, 2 minutes, 35 seconds. It means that this one, like 4 minutes seems a bigger value, and 75 seconds, because if I will be converting this, it's going to give me 95 seconds. One minute is 60. 1 minute is 60 plus 30. It's 90. So it is 90 seconds. So it means that 75 is the only thing, 75 is the only quantity which is smaller. So to calculate range, I'm just going to subtract two values, which is 4 times 60. 4 times 60 is going to be 240 seconds. 240 seconds. This was 90 seconds. This is 75 seconds. Okay. So 75 seconds and 2 minutes, 35 seconds will be greater than 75 seconds. Okay. And less than 240 seconds, because 4 minutes are bigger value. So I'm going to subtract 75 seconds from 240 seconds to calculate range. Now let's calculate range. Range is 75 seconds minus 240 seconds. Sorry, it's going to be 240 seconds minus 75 seconds. 240 minus 75. Let's see. As this is our second portion, okay? Let me do this in vertical order. 240, 0, 0. This was minute, and this is second. And this is 75, 0, 0. So you can see that 240 minus 75 is going to be 165. As it cannot exceed from 60, so we need to subtract 60 from it, and I will be adding 1 in the minute section according to the rule. Okay. So it will be 165 minus 60. It is 105 and it is 1 over here. Again, it is greater than 60. So subtract 60 from it. Add 1 in it. So 105 minus 60. It is 45. 45 and this will be 2. Now it is less than 60. So I can write here as 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Now let me help you to solve this question with alternative. Okay. You will be finding easier as well. It will be your choice to choose any method. Alternative. So according to alternative, what are we going to do? I told you before, to calculate range, we have to take the higher value and we have to subtract lower value from it. Okay, higher value is 4 minutes and lower value is 75 minutes. Look now. So high minutes ratio second. It was 4 minutes and second was 0 and second value was 75 minutes and 75 second and minutes was 0. Now what are we going to do? Look, we cannot subtract. We are going to subtract. We cannot subtract 75 from 0 zeros. So I have to borrow something. To take borrow, I will make it 60. I will take 60 borrow because we are allowed to borrow only 60, neither less than 60 nor higher than 60. And we will be subtracting 1 from this section. It is not so visible. Let me change my color. It is minus 1 from this section. Now let's rewrite it. After rewriting it, it's going to be 60 and it will become 3. Now let's see if we are going to add now or subtract now. Again, my 60 is less than 75. Okay, then we again have to borrow something. Okay, so what will I be doing? I will be borrowing again 60. I will borrow 60 again and I will subtract 1 in the minute section. Now let's rewrite it. By rewriting it 60 and 60, it's going to be 120 and 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. And I'm going to write the second value, which is 75 and 0, 0. So you can see that I can subtract 75 from 120 and it will be 45 and this 2 will remain as it is. Now you can see that 2 is less than 45. So you can see that our answer is same. Either method you are going to follow, our answer will remain with this or that. Okay, it's totally up to you. Both methods are fine. Let's solve the next question. Okay, the local time in Singapore is 7 hours ahead of the local time in London. Okay, a flight to London leaves Singapore at 3:00 local time. The flight takes 12 hours 45 minutes. What is the local time in London when it arrives? Okay. So first thing is that we need to figure out the value. Singapore is 7 hours ahead of London. Okay, a flight to London leaves Singapore at 3:00 local time and it will be reaching at some time. Okay, we don't know that time. I told you before equation, which is departure plus journey is equal to arrival. Okay, and here we are going to talk about the arrival, discuss the arrival of the flight at London. Okay, but we don't know anything like except the time journey, which is 12 hours and 45 minutes. But I can calculate my departure time from it. You can see that Singapore is ahead of London. How much is it ahead? It is 7 hours ahead. Okay. So Singapore is if a flight leaves Singapore by 3:00, 3:00, then London is 7 hours behind than Singapore. It means that I need to calculate my departure time for London by subtracting 7 from it. Because if it is 3:00 and then I need to subtract 7 from it, 7 hours behind. Suppose that if it was Wednesday, suppose, because it didn't mention time over here, day over here. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. Suppose it was Wednesday when he was going to leave. Then after subtraction, because we know that according to rule, if I need to subtract, I cannot subtract 7 from 3. I need to borrow a day. Okay, when I will be borrowing a day, I need to borrow a day. So I will be adding 24 in the hour section. This is my hour section and this is my minute section. Then I need to subtract 1 day from the given day. Okay, I need to subtract 1 day. Then that's why I have to borrow 24. Like I have, because I have borrowed 24 hours. So I will be subtracting 1 day from the given day. Now let's rewrite it. It's going to be 27. 24 plus 3 is going to be 27. And it will be 7. Now here my day will be Wednesday. Then back of Wednesday is Tuesday. Here my day will be Tuesday. Let's subtract them. It's going to be 20. All right. Now I got my departure time. My departure time is 20:00. And plus my journey is going to take 12 hours and 45 minutes. Let's figure out their arrival time. So I will be adding 12:45 in it. And here my day was Tuesday as I have considered it. Now let's add them up. By adding them up, you can see that it is 45. 0 plus 45, it will be 2 and 2 and 1, 3. Now you can see that my hour section is greater than 24 because I know that my hours cannot exceed from 24. Okay, so what will I be doing according to rule? I need to subtract 24 from it and I will be adding a day in the current day. Okay, so I was assuming that my current day is 24. I'm going to add 1 day in it. So let's rewrite the equation. Sorry, we don't need to rewrite it. I'm just going to subtract them. So 32 minus 24, it will be 8. 8 and 45. And here day is going to exceed. It will be from Tuesday to Wednesday. It will be reaching on Wednesday. So it was arrival time will be of 8:45 of Wednesday. I hope you have cleared your concept. We know the identity as 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. So simply for 2.5 ml, multiply on both sides with 2.5. 2.5 liters is equal to 1000 times 2.5 ml. It will be 2500 ml. Now it says that how much juice is left. Okay, we need to figure out the juice which will be in liters. So let's make it. We will be writing liters ratio ml. Sorry, the thing which is present, like the value which you are going to calculate will be written on the right side. You want to calculate your answer in liters, so we will be writing liters on the right side. And here it is 2.5. Here it will be ml. In 2.5, it is 2500 ml. And we want to calculate x for 650 ml. Let's cross multiply. By cross multiply, you can see we will be having x times 2500. X times 2500 is equal to 2.5 times 650. By separating x, it is 2.5 times 650 over 2500. And our answer is 0.65 liters. So here our answer will be 0.65 liters. That will be our answer. The time in Chennai is 4.5 hours ahead of the time in London. When, what time is it in London when it is 14:45 in Chennai? Okay. Now it shows that Chennai is 4.5 hours ahead of London. Okay. Ahead of London. So when it is 14:45 in Chennai, so what will be the time in London? Like we need to subtract 4.5 hours. So let's do it. Hours, minutes. When it is 14 45. Then let's subtract 4 and 30. By subtracting, we got 1, 5 and 10. So it will be 10, 15 in London. Now let's figure out this time. It says that a flight leaves London at 13:25 local time. It arrives in Chennai at 4 local time the next day. Okay. Work out in hour, days, and length of the flight. Okay. We need to figure it out. So it leaves London at this time and reach Chennai at this time. So it arrives in Chennai. It means that we need to figure out time of this was the departure time of London, and we need to figure out the departure time of Chennai by simply adding them up. Because we need know that Chennai is ahead of London 4 hours. Sorry, the time was how much hours was ahead of London? 4 hours 30 minutes. It was 4 hours 30 minutes ahead of London. Okay. So I can see that if my time in London is 13:25, this is hour, this is minutes, I need to add 4 hours 30 minutes to calculate my time in Chennai. This will be, as this was for London, and after adding 4 hours, it will be in Chennai. Now let's add them up, 5 and 43, 70. So it will be 17:55 in Chennai. Okay, it says that we know the equation, departure plus journey equals to arrival. All right. Now departure is 17:55 plus journey. We don't have any journey time, and we know the arrival time only, which is 4:00. Okay. So to calculate journey, let's if I want to calculate my journey, so I need to subtract 17:55 from 4:00. So let's do it. Okay, we are assuming that it was Thursday. Okay, and let's subtract. So by subtraction, you can see that I cannot subtract 55 from 00, as it is hard to subtract 55 from 00. So what will I be doing? I will be borrowing thing. I will be borrowing. What will I borrow? I can borrow from minutes to from second minute hours to minutes. I can borrow only 60. 60 will be added in it, and 1 will be subtracting from it. Let's rewrite it. It will become 60 and 3. Then it's going to be 5, 5 and 17. All right. So we have solved one part. We have made, because there were two anomalies. Minutes were less and hours were, upper hour were less and upper minute were less. So we need to borrow something to make it balance. Okay. Now I have maintained my minutes, and 60 minus 5 will be 0.5. Now you can see that still I'm not able to subtract 17 from 3, because 3 is less than 17. So what will be I doing over here? I will be borrowing 24 over here. I will be adding 24 in our section, as it was Thursday over here, and I will be subtracting a day from it. Okay, I will subtract 1 day minus 1 day. I will subtract 1 day over. Write my equation. Because I told you before that whenever we are going to do anything adding or subtraction, we need to rewrite equation first. So I'm going to rewrite it, and it will be 27. This will be 17 and this will be 55. Subtraction. And here my day is, here if it was Thursday, then I will be subtracting 1 day. It will become Wednesday. Okay. So here my day will be Wednesday. And let's do the subtraction. It's going to be 505 and it will be 10 over here. So it means that it has taken 10 hours and 5 minutes. That is the time which it has taken. Let's come to this question. Okay. Perry goes on a holiday from France to UK. His journey takes 4 hours 43 minutes. Okay. It ends at Saturday 2:13. At what time on Friday does his journey start? Okay. All right. We know the equation, general equation. Departure plus journey is equal to arrival. We are going to follow the same equation. Journey takes 4 hours 43 minutes. Journey has taken 4:43. It ends at this time, 2:13. It ends at 2:13, and this is my departure. Okay. All right. It is talking about the Saturday now. At Saturday, it has and like the flight has arrived. Okay. Now let's see the departure. Let's separate departure to separate departure. I have to take journey on the other side and subtract it. So my departure will be 2:13 minus 4:43. So I will solve this in my casual way, which is hours, minutes, and 2 hours 13 minutes. Same way, and let's make some space for that because we need to add something and subtract something. 2 hours 13 minutes, then 4 hour 43 minutes. Let's subtract them. There are many anomalies. You can see that I cannot subtract 43 from 13. So what will I be doing? I will be borrowing 60. When I will be borrowing 60, I need to subtract 1 from it. Like you know that whenever we will be borrowing something, we need to subtract 1 from it. So let's rewrite the equation. Okay, here the day was Saturday. Okay, let's rewrite the equation. It's going to be 73 and 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. Then 43, it is 4 minus. Now let's subtract them. By subtracting, I got 3, 7 minus 4, then okay. But here, I cannot subtract 4 from 1. You know that whenever we are going to do this, we need to borrow a day. I'm going to borrow 24 hours and I will be subtracting 1 day from it. 1 day. I'm going to subtract 1 day. So let's rewrite the equation then. Because whenever we are going to add things in hours or minutes, we need to rewrite. So by rewriting, I'm going to rewrite the equation in this section because I'm lacking in space over here. And because I need to rewrite the equation, so I'm going to rewrite it. It will be 73, and 24 plus 1 is going to be 25 as I have subtracted 1 day from it. So from Saturday back to Saturday is Friday. It will be Friday over here. And now let's write this one. 4 hours, 43 minutes. Let's subtract them. This 3, now it is 25, 25 minus 4 is 21. So it says that at what time on Friday does his journey start? So his journey starts at 21:30 on Friday. That was the time when his journey has been started. All right, let's figure out this one. It says that Perry changes 400 euros into pounds. Okay, 1 euro is equal to this. How many pounds does he receive? All right, let's do the unit method. One, we are having euros and we are having pounds. Let's write them. We know that 1 euro is equal to 0.845 pound. And this one is 400 pound. We need to convert this. It is x. Simply cross multiply. By cross multiply, it is 1 times x is equal to 400 times 0.845. Let's separate it. 0.845 times 400, which is 338. I was went to cafe to meet some friends. She bought 3 drinks at $142 each and 1 cake for 85 cents. How much did she spend altogether? Okay. He wants us to calculate our answer in dollars. So what will I be doing? I have to convert this cents into dollar because I know that $1 is equal to 100 cents. Okay. So I will be converting this into cents by dividing it with 100. Then it will be in dollar, converting into dollars. So I will be adding total amount. Total amount is 3 times 1.42 plus 85 over 100. This whole amount will be in dollar. Let's calculate it. Plus 3 times 1.42 is going to be $5, $5.11. That will be my answer. Now it says that she left home at 10:45 a.m. and returned at 1:20 p.m. How long in hours and minutes she was away from the home. All right, this is AM and PM question. And I have mentioned above, if a question like from AM to PM comes, what do you have to do? I will let you know. Okay, it was 12 hour to 1:20 p.m. Okay, so we are going to solve it 10:45. This was my hour section and this was my minute section. Plus it is PM and this is AM. I need to figure out their time which he was taken away, which, when he was away from it, from the home. Let's figure it out. Okay, first thing is that I need to calculate the difference between them. So 20 is less than 60. I will be borrowing 60 from here and subtracting 1 from here. So let's rewrite it. It will be 60 and 20, 80. It will be 0 over here. And this is minus 10. This is 45. Now you can see that it will be 5, 35. 80 minus 45 is going to be 35. Look now, it is the change of the day only from AM to PM, from PM to AM. Okay, so I cannot subtract 10 from the 0. I will be borrowing 12. Then it will be shift from PM to AM. This was PM over here, and then it will be shift from PM to AM. Okay, now this is going to shift. So it will be, let's rewrite it again now, because whenever we are going to add something, we need to rewrite it. So 80 and 12 plus 0 is 12, 45 and 10. It will be 35 and 12 minus 10 is 2. So 2 hours and 35 minutes it has been away from home. Okay, let's do this question. This question says that one morning the temperature was 5 degrees. By the evening, the temperature has dropped 9 degrees. It means that 5 minus 9, which is minus 4. So it has dropped by minus 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, now it says that time of some buses from any town to D town are shown. Okay, Mariam lives in C town and has to be in D town by 9:30. All right. What time is the latest bus from C town she can catch? She has to move from D town, C town to D town. She wants to move. And she has to be by 9:30. Like she should not be late than 9:30. She can reach before 9:30. So you can see from here that if we are going to consider take this time, it is 9:31. So that is not possible. Okay. She should be reaching before 9:30. So is she gonna do? She is gonna consider this time. She should leave C town by 8:18 and she will be reaching there by 8:35, like before 9:30. That is the only time which she can choose. So it will be 8:18. Now it says that Adil catches 9:32 from any town to D town. How long did the journey take? 9:32 from any town to D town. Okay, 9:32. This is any town and this is D town. So how long does the journey take? We need to subtract them. To subtract them, what am I gonna do? I will be writing 10:05 minus 9:32. So let's subtract in our own casual way, which we really follow. It is hours and minutes. 10:05, then it will be 9:32. I cannot subtract 32 from 5. So what will I be doing? I will be borrowing 60 and I will be subtracting 1 in the hour. Let's rewrite it. It's going to be 60 plus 5, 65. 10 minus 1 is 9. And the other quantity will be this, same as it is. So by subtraction, I can get 3, 3, and 0. It means that the journey has taken 33 minutes. These are the minutes which my journey has taken.